On the evening of Thursday, July 2nd, 2026, the technology and gaming sectors seemed to fracture all at once. Within a matter of hours, news feeds flooded with announcements of massive Microsoft layoffs, autonomous AI crypto trading, local restaurants cutting out delivery apps, and a new strain of ransomware living entirely inside web browsers. Looking at these headlines in isolation, it feels like chaos. But if you look closely at the mechanics behind them, a clear pattern emerges. These are the synchronized movements of a global tech economy aggressively restructuring itself. The headlines suggest a move away from the venture-backed middleman model of the early 2020s. We are seeing a shift toward leaner, autonomous systems that operate without the traditional overhead of human-led corporate structures. To survive this transition, we have to look at exactly what happened on this specific Thursday night, because these events reveal the brutal new rules of the ecosystem. Microsoft is initiating what insiders call the Xbox reset. Up to 5,000 Microsoft employees across gaming, sales, and Azure divisions are losing their jobs. This contraction includes the likely closure of 5 game development studios. Reports indicate that Arcane Leon is on the chopping block, which means their highly anticipated Marvel game, Blade, is almost certainly canceled. The math behind this is straightforward. Microsoft needs to drastically cut Activision Blizzard. They are also forcing a hardware pivot. Microsoft's next-generation console, codenamed Project Helix, will ship without an optical drive. They are eliminating physical media entirely to lock users into a digital-only, Game Pass-driven ecosystem. Hardware sales and massive studio budgets are giving way to subscription revenue. Legacy tech is amputating its own divisions and killing physical media to survive in an unforgiving, margin-focused reality. But while older divisions bleed out, a counterforce is expanding. AI-native infrastructure is scaling up specifically to eliminate traditional corporate middlemen. Meta is commercializing its massive internal AI infrastructure. They are launching Meta Compute Cloud to rent out thousands of GPUs, undercutting Amazon and Google's pricing by 40%. This bar chart shows the stark financial difference for restaurants. Delivery platforms charge a steep 30% commission. Square's AI integration drops that fee down to their standard 2.9% plus 30 cents. The financial disintermediation shown here targets the revenue models of legacy platforms. By removing the need for a central marketplace, AI agents directly threaten the toll-collecting infrastructure of the mobile app era. Stripping away that friction and those middlemen comes with a severe consequence. We have also stripped away foundational security barriers. Researchers just discovered a critical vulnerability in the Cursor IDE, labeled CVE 2026-50548. It relies on a technique called prompt injection. By feeding the AI a carefully crafted hidden instruction, attackers can trick the assistant into breaking out of its isolated sandbox. The AI then executes malicious commands directly on the developer's local machine. This diagram illustrates a broader threat, the first ransomware generated entirely by DeepSeek AI. Bypassing traditional downloads, simply opening a malicious link exploits a weak Chromium file system API, instantly encrypting local files from right inside the browser. We are delegating autonomous execution power to AI systems, but our security protocols haven't kept pace. Traditional antivirus software and basic sandboxing are proving inadequate against these methods. Pulling back to look at the macro picture, the trend is undeniable. The era of bloated AAA game studios and dominant delivery apps extracting massive fees is over. We have traded those old inefficiencies for a new paradox. We now possess hyper-efficient, autonomous tools, but by deploying them, we have dramatically expanded the blast radius of cyber vulnerabilities. For everyday consumers, navigating this means accepting the death of physical media in gaming. More urgently, it means immediately going into your browser settings and restricting File System Access API permissions to block silent ransomware attacks. For developers, it means updating tools like Cursor to version 0.46 immediately. Moving forward, basic sandboxing isn't enough. You must implement strict output sanitization for any AI-generated code. The events of July 2nd show an industry simultaneously shedding thousands of legacy jobs while activating autonomous trading and decentralized retail. Success in this environment requires adapting to these specific mechanics before the next wave of transitions begins.